Alright, hello and welcome back to Tom Q's Tech Tips. Today we are just going to look at my little ATEM Mini Extreme ISO cooling system along with a floating multi-view. So without any further ado, let's switch over to this view right here. And so this is the back of a 15.6 inch monitor I picked up from walmart.com. It comes with a little stand that makes it stand up, but I was looking for something a little bit more of a floating type thing. So anyway, it's got, real quickly, it's got HDMI and it also has USB-C, so if you weren't using this with an ATEM, you could go directly from like a Mac to this. Anyway, I purchased this specifically for the ATEM, and one of the features that I haven't used until recently is the little VESA mount on the back. So I spent a little bit of time looking for small VESA stands, and it just so happened I had purchased from SmallRig this little cheese grater bar, which I ended up not using for anything else. So and believe it or not, the outside holes of this are exactly the VESA mount sizes. So just gonna screw that in real quick. Okay, and okay. So I'm just gonna switch views here for a sec. Okay. This right here is the ends of two scissor arms that you find them on Amazon for microphones, and I've added to the end of them a mic to quarter inch little doodads that are articulating. You can move these around, and then I've actually taken the screws out of these that came with them and replaced them with a smaller mic to quarter inch, and I'm kind of using these as big thumb screws. So I've got two of them. They're going to screw in to the little bar, and I'm going to go ahead and flip it around, and take my face off there for a sec. Alright, so anyway, this is gonna be able to twist up, and I can hover this wherever I want. We'll pull it up for a second. I'm gonna switch over to the other view again and pull up a little bit, so you can see I've got this gap between the ATEM. Before I put the ATEM in place, I just want to talk about these fans real quick. Alright, these fans are made by AC-Finity. I picked them up off of eBay. They're 120 millimeters square. So they also have little rubber gaskets on the bottom and the top. So there's absorbing vibrations. So anyway, I purchased these for a completely different switcher, one that has much louder fans than the ATEMs. So it's the Roland V1HD, and so my solution to that was to take the top off of it and to put these on top of it and unplug the fan that came with it. Anyway, I sold that switcher, got the ATEM Mini Pro ISO that I'm actually using right now, and so anyway, I'm going to switch over. I've got them, and let's go over to this view, and I'm going to pull up my HomeKit app, and we'll turn on. I've got basically the ATEM and the fans on one switch. So I'm going to go ahead and click this. Oops, we'll do that. So the noise you just heard, if you heard a noise, was actually the ATEM. So these fans are running. I've got them on low. They've got three settings: low, medium, and high. And I've got them on low, which just generates a nice little airflow without making too much noise. And I'm going to go ahead and pick up the ATEM and slide it in place. And you can see there was actually enough room between the 220 millimeter fans, about the width of an Apple TV. So anyway, I'm going to plug in the monitor with the HDMI right here, and then I've also got some power, which kind of plugs in about right somewhere in here. I think there's actually one above. Well, that might work. Alright, so I've got some multi-view here, and I just accidentally hit one of the buttons over on the left to bring up a menu. And, okay, so monitor is floating. It's not the smoothest thing in the world, but these are cheap scissor arms, and so I can have it just basically resting right above the buttons here. But if I need to get back into the cables, I can just lift it up out of place. I've got access to the cables back here. And so anyway, I'm quite pleased with it. I can actually feel a little bit of fan flow, airflow coming out of this, and it's just keeping the bottom of the ATEM nice and cool. So that's it. Just 220 millimeter fans by AC-Finity, 15.6 inch monitor that I picked up from Walmart.com, 2 very inexpensive scissor arms from Amazon with some mic stand to 1/8 inch adapters, and we're all set. So anyway, thanks for tuning in to Tom Q's Tech Tips, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye now.